I just dropped my car off the dealership. They told me the problem, it was too expensive to fix. So I said, screw it, you know what? Let me just trade it in for something else. So that's what happened.
Funny thing is though, I was actually on the way to the dealership to get something else looked at because for the last 2 days, my door chime just kept going off. It's only supposed to go off if my car is in ignition or accessory mode and I open the door without it turning off. But for the last 2 days, it just kept going off regardless. So I got up extra early that day to go to the dealership, come out to my car, and well, couldn't even make it out of my driveway. So the car just wouldn't start. It would go into accessory and ignition mode just fine. The radio works, all the electronics work, but it just wouldn't even crank. And this is the second time this has happened. The first time it was like midnight. I was in some dark park far away from home and I parted ways with my friend and I was like, cool, get in my car, about to leave. Same thing, wouldn't start. Accessory, ignition, everything worked fine in terms of electronics, but it just wouldn't start. So I started Googling everything. I'm like, oh, I'm panicking because I gotta get home. I'm far away from home. And nothing worked on the forums, on Google. So finally I was like, screw it. I gotta call my friend back. We're gonna push start it. Like I'll clutch kick to start it or whatever because it's a manual. They come back and I was like, okay, cool, look, this is the issue. And also because they're a mechanic, hopefully they know something off the bat that I don't. So they come back and I'm like, okay, look, this is the problem, right? I go through my sequence, foot on the clutch, foot on the brake, press the push button, start. It started right up.
I just finished dropping off my car at Puente Hills Subaru. Finally had a chance to eat some food and talk to people and make some phone calls and making sure everything was all right. This time it really wouldn't start. Power's on, battery's good. I mean, it's 11,000 miles, 2024, so basically a brand new car. I tried both key fobs, swapped the fuses for the starter relay, and I was just like, yep, I give up. I have warranty. Let them handle it. At the dealership, I was like, hey, any chance you guys have a loaner? And they're like, oh yeah, we do. Which one do you want? I'm like, what? I get a choice, and I was kind of messing with the guy. I was like, any chance it's a manual WRX? And he was like, unfortunately not. We got Crosstracks, Foresters, and Imprezas, I think. Which one do you want? I'm like, I guess I'll take a Crosstrack. Kind of looks like a lifted WRX. It had the whole new car smell, and I'm like, this is freaking awesome. I love the smell of the plastics and stuff. And this is a new car. This is a 2025. It only has like 50 miles on the dash. Shout out to Puente Hills for giving me this. No shout out to New York dealerships, because one time when I had to bring my GTI in for something else at a dealership, it was in Long Island, so it was more of a suburbish area, like you needed a car in that area, and I had to leave it for over the weekend. And I asked them, like, hey, any chance you guys have a loaner or something? And they're like, nope, we're all out. How are you out of loaners? Just grab one from the back. So what ended up happening was they freaking drove me to the train station, and I should take the train home. Now this is why I didn't want a WRX at first, because I'm like, oh, I don't want this freaking iPad and all the HVAC and stuff is controlled by it. I still have a weird tendency to make sure it's in neutral, even though it's... If these buttons were physical and just gave me this top part, I think it would be a lot better. There's so much interior space. Oh, cup holders, center console. I know my BRZ is not that type of vehicle. It's not for comfort or whatever, but it would be nice to have. But Harman Kardon speakers, at first I was like, you know, these don't make a difference, because I think I drove a rental, like a really older Outback or Crosstrack or something that had Harman Kardon. I'm like, this is whack. But this 2025 one, I'm like, wait, this is really good. I put the bass all the way up, and I'm like, this might be too much bass for me. Like, and you know me, too much bass, that's saying something. Overall, I'm, you know, still sad about what happened to my car, but having this as a loaner is not terrible. At least I'm not out of a car.
I got the text this morning that my car is ready for pickup, but unfortunately today I was busy, so I couldn't go pick it up. I'm gonna go get it first thing tomorrow morning. But it also means today was my one last ride with the Crosstrek. And I want to tell you about it because I actually kind of really love this car. I dropped my car off Friday, like kind of like late afternoon, and I assumed they probably weren't gonna look at my car because they were gonna close soon, so understandable. And my service tech told me that on Saturday it's usually a maintenance day for the dealership. Like they mainly focus on maintenance for other people's cars, so they probably also wouldn't be looking at my car, which fine, understandable. And on Sunday, service departments are closed, right? Like the dealership is open if you want to come in and buy a car, but the service department is usually closed. So they had Monday and Tuesday to look and diagnose my car and fix it. And today's Wednesday, and I've had this loaner, this Crosstrek, this whole time, and I've gotten pretty familiar with it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with them keeping my BRZ for a tad longer so I can just drive this thing. When they first told me that this was gonna be my loaner, I can't say I was thrilled. I was like, oh, it's just an NPC car to get the job done, whatever. I'm gonna miss my BRZ. I'm happy to have gotten a loaner at all. I'm not complaining about that. But I was like, oh, it's just a Crosstrek, nothing special. It's gonna be boring because I've driven like rentals before, you know, like Hyundai Sonatas and like Chevy Cruises and stuff. And I'm like, there's nothing spectacular about these cars. Like, who is buying these cars? Like, they're just basic cars. Like, yeah, they get the job done, but there isn't one thing about like a Hyundai Sonata that would sway me to get that versus a Honda Accord or even like a RAV4 or something. Compared to my BRZ, obviously this is way more practical. Having back seats or 4 doors actually makes somewhat of a difference for me. Not even driving people, but like when I go to the store, come back from the gym, if I need to throw something in the car, I don't have to go to the truck, I'm just throwing the back seat. The top thing that I'm really impressed by, that the reason I really want to hold on to this car more if I can, the audio system. So this comes with Harman Kardon. I'm no audiophile, I don't really care differences. Mainly it's just me, just like bass. When I first got this car, I did go to a car meet to hang out with friends, and I was like, hey guys, we can have a listening party in my car because this surround sound is freaking amazing. This comes with eyesight and auto steer, where it's like it helps you keep in the lane, and then some form of autopilot, I guess, for the cruise control, which is like super advanced cruise control. You do still have to keep your hand on the steering wheel, but when it comes to a curve, it will steer for you. Or if it senses that you're getting out of lane, it could push you back. And now I can watch TikToks while I drive safely. If I ever get a chance to, I would get a Crosstrek as a daily or one of these with the Harman Kardon and make the BRZ like a dedicated track car. So this is my send-off to this Crosstrek that I will miss. But I am also super excited to get my car back tomorrow.
Doing my last fill up before I return it. I read in the contract that if I don't refill it and they have to do it for me, it's $10 per gallon. Who's gonna be so busy that they can't refill it that they're willing to take $10 a gallon to have them refill it for you? This is my last bit of new car smell, so I gotta get all of it as much as I can.
They run tests with the battery. That's one of the first things they check for is the battery.
Yeah.
They check the charge system, check everything else. Everything else came out clean. I mean, even the battery test as well. Okay. Battery's 100%. So since the day you brought it in, everything's working.
Wow, okay.
It's just like 100% right now. That's gonna be your copy right over here. As long as you give me a minute, I'm gonna run to the back, grab the keys, and park right in the front.
Yeah,
I'll grab the keys for you.
Yeah, and I'll bring the rental around too because I have some stuff I gotta take out.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. I'm gonna grab the keys real quick. I'll meet you outside.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Of course.
Wouldn't it be funny if immediately also just didn't start again?
My service tech said that since the day I brought it in And when they start looking at it and trying to find out what's wrong, everything worked perfectly. Everything started right up, right away. They drove it around the block a couple of times, try to find the problem or replicate it. Nothing was wrong. They did the whole multi-point inspection. They said they plugged the OBD in to find out all the sensors and electronics was registering when you put the clutch in or the brake and whatever else, and nothing was wrong. And because they had my car, I also told them about the door chime thing, and they were like, that just stopped on its own. So nothing was fixed for the car. And he basically said on their end that there's nothing they can really do because as far as they know, since they had it, everything's fine. The car is 100%, the battery, electronic sensors, everything has been fine. But he did say that if I bring it in again for the same problem, and even though if at that point they find that nothing is wrong with the car, they will still escalate the case basically and kind of let Subaru know like, hey, like we should replace these parts as a precaution anyways. Since the day I picked up the car, it's been a few weeks and nothing has been wrong with it. It starts up right away every single time and door chime is away, but yeah, I mean, every time I get in my car now, a part of me crosses my fingers a little bit and it's like takes a deep breath. I'm like, I really hope it starts, that I'm not stuck wherever I'm at.